Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, we'll hear from the chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors on the county's new budget. Also tonight, encouraging results from the Phoenix Zoo's efforts to help an endangered species. And MIM celebrates 15 years of showcasing beautiful noise. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your public television station.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. The death toll from July 4th floods in central Texas, it's now at 119 with more than 160 still missing. Local officials in Texas today responded to questions about their handling of the deadly flooding. The sheriff of Kerr County was asked about the timeline for activating the region's warning signals.
There's going to be an after action. Please, y'all, listen to those words, after action, okay? Those questions are going to be answered. I believe those questions need to be answered to the family of the missed loved ones, to the public, you know, to the people that put me in this office. Those need to be, and I want that answer, and we're going to get that answer. And I know that's going to be asked over and over. Please understand that. You know, we're not running, we're not going to hide from everything. That's going to be checked into at a later time. I wish I could tell you that time. I don't know that time. This incident will be reviewed. You have my word. When or if necessary, if improvements need to be made, improvements will be made.
Officials went on to note that rescue efforts by local emergency crews saved hundreds of lives throughout the flooded region. And this was a scene in New Mexico yesterday as flash flooding hit Ruidoso. At least 3 people have been reported killed as floodwaters from monsoonal rains inundated land already scarred by wildfires last year. At least 35 homes were damaged or swept away, and that number is expected to rise. Business news: U.S. chipmaker NVIDIA today became the first publicly traded company to hit $4 trillion in market value. It got there faster than Apple and Microsoft. NVIDIA stock is up about 20% this year, thanks to its leading role in powering the AI boom. And sad news, Pulitzer Prize-winning political cartoonist Steve Benson has died. He was 71. He died from complications from a stroke he suffered last year. Benson's work for the Arizona Republic earned him the Pulitzer Prize, along with 2 other Pulitzer nominations. He spent the final 5 years of his career with the Arizona Mirror, as his syndicated work continued to appear in publications ranging from the New York Times to the Washington Post and Time magazine. Steve Benson was also a regular on Arizona Horizon. Indeed, one of our most popular year-end shows highlighted Benson's more provocative cartoons from the previous 12 months, and they could be provocative. And speaking of candidates, let's go to the GOP side. And all right, Steve.
Well, I tell you, man, now in Article 6 of the Constitution says there shall be no religious test or oath applied to those running for public office. But apparently these guys are falling all over themselves. They're trying to out-Jesus each other. And I'm going, Jesus Christ.
Let's start with these cartoons, and we'll start with the quid pro uh-oh.
You know, we got these liquefied spine responders in the GOP who they fall on their swords for Trump, and Trump doesn't mind this because at the end of the day he wants to survive, and so they go along with this obvious quid pro quo, squid pro mo, or whatever it is. I don't speak Latin, and it was clearly a payoff. It was a bribery scandal, and even as we speak today, the House has issued 2 articles.
We should say we are pre-recording this for later broadcasts, so thank you for messing that all up. Legendary political cartoonist, journalist, and a good guy, Steve Benson, dead at 71. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors recently approved a budget worth close to $4 billion for the fiscal year. Highlights of the new spending plan include a property tax cut for the 5th straight year and investments in public safety. To learn more, we welcome Thomas Galvin. He's chairman of the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. Good to have you here.
Hey, Ted, how are you?
Did I get those numbers right? $3.9 billion and 5th straight year for property tax cuts.
5th year of overall tax rate cut. There's 3 components in the tax rate, which is your property tax, the flood control district, and the library district. But yes, 5 years in a row we've been cutting the overall rate, but still maintaining good services at Maricopa County.
More than half the budget, it looks like, to law enforcement, judicial system, emergency response, these sorts of things. That by design?
That's right. So it's half the budget, and with a $4 billion budget, we're the 2nd largest budget in the state. after the budget that's passed and signed by the legislature and the governor. So this is really important. And with a county of 4.5 million people, the fourth largest county in the country, it's essential for us to do a good job in terms of following our principles of fiscal responsibility. So we're able to cut the tax rate, but we're also able to make investments, especially in public safety.
And other major investments, what do you got going here?
Well, including in the public safety, we're going to be investing in our sheriff's office. We're going to be doing new substations, renovating substations, but also we're going to be looking at 22 different parks here in Maricopa County. We're also going to be building a brand new state-of-the-art elections tabulation center, which you and I have talked about before. In a county of 4.5 million people, there's a lot of things we have to get done, but I'm really proud of the fact we have a balanced budget and no debt.
Yes, and when we talked about that election center before, my question is always, is this really necessary, and do you think this is going to quell the critics?
Yes, well, in terms of the elections building, absolutely necessary. This county has just been growing by leaps and bounds, and people are moving here every single day. The building that we're currently in is just too small. It's outdated by decades. Also, we need technology to catch up, and we frankly just need more space for more workers to get in there and count the ballots faster. But when we look at the overall budget, what I'm really proud of is our increase in pay for our sheriff deputies, detention officers, and emergency dispatch operators.
Indeed, and I did notice a new animal shelter in the West Valley.
That's right. So there will be a new animal shelter in the West Valley. I'm really proud that we opened up a new one in the East Valley in my district, which is District 2. But also, just because the county is growing, just over the 4th of July weekend, we had hundreds of dogs that either came in as strays or were surrendered. And so we need to find the capacity to take care of our four-legged friends.
You talk about overall budgeting here. Lowest staff to population ratio, I think, in history, true?
That's right. We have been lowering the staff to population ratio for the last 15 years. And I like to compare ourselves to the largest counties across the United States, whether that's Cook County in Illinois, LA County in California, Harris County in Texas, Miami-Dade, and we are just demolishing the competition. We're making sure that we're getting more bang for the buck for taxpayer dollars, but every single year as the county grows, our ratio goes down.
And I was going to ask about that because it sounds great. It sounds economical. It sounds efficient, the whole 9 yards here. But is it good? Can more money be spent on more things?
Well, I have one principle: just don't spend more than you take in. And unfortunately, you just don't see that in government too much, especially at the state level. A couple years ago, we saw our state leaders run up a huge deficit, and they've had to scramble ever since. Maricopa County, we have a lot of mandates and responsibilities because we have to follow state law. But at the same time, we're very careful with our dollars, and that's what taxpayers expect from us. We're one of the few who actually live that mandate.
Let me ask that question from a different direction. Are you taking in enough?
Yeah, we are taking in enough, frankly. And what we're doing is our tax levy right now is $269 million below where we could statutorily be at, which just is a jaw-dropping figure. So you can replace us with 5 new supervisors tomorrow who could raise taxes by $269 million. We're not doing that. We have the money to take care of what we have to do.
So reserves in good shape. Bond rating, where's that at?
AAA, perfect.
Okay, so and this budget, of course, helps that rating.
Yes, so when I became chairman in January, I said my mission was to ensure security and to promote prosperity. And we're doing that at the county by having enough reserves, having a sterling bond rating, but also making sure that we're able to provide the services that we need to do.
All right, let's talk about, I know this is a big deal for you, the Chase Field, the renovation. This is state law, obviously, not the county, but it affects the county a lot. The impact on county revenues from this law, what are you seeing? What do you expect?
Well, I'm very proud of the fact that the county fought hard to make sure that we were not harmed in this process. We were in many ways bystanders, but we were also at the negotiating table. There was an amendment during the legislative process that would have scooped out money from the county's general fund, and we fought hard for that amendment to be struck out, which it was. And so right now, the money that will be used to fund the repairs of the stadium for decades to come is going to be from activity generated at the stadium itself. So this is money that will be affected for the state level, the county level, and the city of Phoenix level, but at the same time, the county's general coffers were not affected.
Okay, but critics are saying, and I think they have a point, that this is money that would otherwise go to things like law enforcement, public safety, education. How do you respond to that?
Well, the argument that they're making, because it was the state lawmakers and the governor who crafted this plan with the Diamondbacks, is that, hey, listen, if you're going to the stadium and you're buying a T-shirt, a ticket, a hot dog, the sales tax generated from that stadium is now going to further the repair costs for the stadium itself. And this is a public benefit. This is a public asset. It's also an income-producing asset. And frankly, if you're going to the D-backs game on a Tuesday night and you see 25,000 other people there, In this weather, 117 degrees right now, Ted, how are you going to get 25,000 people down to downtown Phoenix on today's a Wednesday night?
Yeah, again, I understand it's state law here. It's not nothing to county, but it's something that you are very much involved, very much behind. This annual inflation adjustment of 3%. I mean, that's a lot. Is that necessary?
That was a number that was negotiated between the Diamondbacks, the legislators, and the governor. What I was doing and what my colleagues and I were doing was making sure that the county tax dollars were not affected. And so you can't get what you want all the time. And so we were making sure that from the county perspective that we were held harmless. For the most part, we were. There's also the creation of a new board that will be appointed by members of the legislature and by the mayor of Phoenix. The county is now out of the stadium business. And so I'm happy about that. I can just go to a game and relax. The only time I have to think about the stadium.
Biggest smile you've had all night. But
That's right.
before we go, studies have shown over and over again that these stadiums, I'm a huge sports fan,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm coming at this from a weird angle.
Yeah.
But the studies show that they produce little to no economic benefit. How do you respond when you see those kinds of studies?
Yeah, I disagree, because Diamondbacks only play 81 days out of the year out of 365 days. The other 270 dates, we have Monster Jam, Billy Joel, Kenny Chesney, Stevie Nicks, football bowl games, the World Baseball Classic. There are ways that you can bring people downtown. I know businesses and local establishments, they're thirsty for those revenue dollars. It's important.
All right, before you go, and again, those studies say otherwise, but we got what we got down there.
Yeah.
The Diamondbacks are staying. We only got a few minutes left here. What's going on with the letters being sent out by the recorder, then another letter coming out saying, forget the previous letter, blaming a vendor? You were pretty sharp in your criticism of the recorder on this.
I am.
What was all that about?
Well, when it comes to elections, you have to do right by the voters, and sometimes things happen and mistakes are made. And my disappointment with the recorder is that he's not taking responsibility in sending out 83,000 letters erroneously to the voters. And he blamed a third-party vendor when it turned out that someone in his office had approved it. I don't think he's faced the media since then. I wish he would do it. The recorder has made mistake after mistake after mistake since he's come into office, despite making huge promises. The board wants him to do well. The board wants him to succeed. But Justin Heap has to take responsibility and has to own it. And I want to see that more from him.
Is that something that the board has oversight over? I mean, could they have stopped that? Could you have
No, we
stopped
don't.
this?
So the voters of Maricopa County elected him to be recorder. His job is to do voter registration and early ballot envelopes. So this is related to voter registration. We handle election day voting and we handle the canvassing of the election. The way that Arizona state law is on elections is that we have to work together because election duties are bifurcated. But if you make a mistake or you let down the voters, you got to look them in the eye, take responsibility, apologize, and move on. People here are very forgiving, but don't insult their intelligence.
Yeah, the recorder says, though, that no voter registration was affected. Again, as you mentioned, he blamed the vendor. I'm not sure which vendor that he's talking about, but that doesn't matter, because the letters have been sent out, and people that I think were shocked in the letters in the first place now have another letter where they're kind of less shocked. Is there a way for, I know you guys are suing each other, you're countersuing each other, the whole business here. Is there a way for you guys all to get together and make nice?
There is a way, and we had that on April 11th when he struck a deal with us for the shared services agreement. We were very happy about that. We've had these same type of agreements with the 3 previous recorders. Unfortunately, he then went dark for over a month, and then he backed out of the deal, declared that he was going to sue us. That's just not the way that you're honoring voters or honoring the oath of office that you took.
Thomas Galvin, Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, Chair of the Board of Supervisors. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank
Good
you,
to see
Ted. Appreciate it.
For the past 30 years, the Phoenix Zoo has raised thousands of Chiricahua leopard frogs to be released into the wild. It's part of the zoo's recovery efforts for this threatened species. Dr. Tara Harris is the Phoenix Zoo's Director of Conservation and Science, and she joins us now. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
I think I earlier had mentioned that they were endangered. These are what's the difference between threatened and endangered?
It's just a different level of endangerment or threats. An endangered species is a little bit higher level of threat to them.
And you're trying to keep this from happening from the Chiricahua leopard.
Absolutely.
What is a Chiricahua leopard frog?
Well, they are a little spotted frog, about this big, though they can really range in size quite a bit. And they are native to areas of Arizona, New Mexico, and northern Mexico. And they've been listed as threatened since 2002.
Why? What's happening? What's causing them to be threatened?
So at that time, it was found that they had disappeared from about 75% of historical sites. And a lot of the threats that they face are habitat loss and degradation. This long-term drought has been really terrible for them. Invasive species like bullfrogs, and then disease.
Yeah, all of those things. And climate change, is that making them move to different areas that they may not be do all that well in? I mean, how does climate change affect an animal like this?
I think drought is really the main problem because they're a highly aquatic species, and so they live in little pockets of water, or they can live in streams, but a lot of the sites where they are found in the wild are just drying up.
Yeah, so not so much temperature, but water.
Yes.
All right, this is where the Phoenix Zoo comes in. 30 years now of raising these little guys. How'd that get started?
Well, I wasn't here when it started, but
sure you were.
I am told that it actually started under a curator's desk in his office, and that he was raising them in like kiddie pools. Now, we have a much more sophisticated operation these days. We have a frog lab where people can come and actually watch us raise them.
Wow, and you go from eggs to tadpoles to juveniles, correct?
Yes.
How long does that take?
It really depends on where the frogs have originated. So actually some that live way up high in the mountains can take almost 2 years to fully develop to adulthood, whereas some that are from lower elevations develop quicker. So we usually release them at tadpoles around 6 to 8 weeks of age. Sometimes we keep them a little bit longer.
And we should mention that you marked 30,000 here this year?
Yes, that's a big milestone for us.
It sure is. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Talk about the process, though. Once they're ready to go, once they're ready to leave the nest or the tub, whatever the case may be, where do they go?
So we have been releasing them, especially in the Tonto National Forest. And so the ones that you're seeing here were released into a cattle stock tank. And so they actually are found quite a bit in earthen cattle stock tanks up in the national forests. They do occur lots of other places too.
And is it a certain time of year that you like to do this?
Summer is usually our peak time for sure, yes. Because the eggs are usually laid in late spring, and so then it takes us a little while to raise them in our frog lab.
And you basically do you just dump them into the pond? How does it work? What's the process
I mean,
like?
you can, but no. We prefer to acclimate them first because they're going to be at a different water temperature, and the water's going to just be very different. So we have to acclimate them.
Is it a pretty big effort, a lot of manpower needed?
It's a big effort for us, and so it takes a lot of work. We raise them in several tanks. We have to maintain water quality. We feed them, and once they are little froglets, we're feeding them now around 15,000 crickets a week and a couple hundred roaches.
Really?
So, and the tadpoles get a different diet of tadpole gel that we make and we roll out like a brownie.
Wow, what crickets and roaches, congratulations. I'm rooting for these guys. I want them to get nice and fat. And it's important to maintain these populations. For someone who says, this sounds nice and everything, but what's the big deal? Why is this so important?
Well, these frogs are Arizonans just like you and me, and they're a piece of what makes this state really special and unique. And these frogs are not doing well. We have 24 frogs and toad species here in Arizona. This is the only one that's listed as threatened under the Endangered Species Act. And so they need our help, and so we have the expertise needed to help them, and we're just excited to be doing that work.
Same kind of process for other species?
We have 11 native species that are in our care at our conservation center at the Phoenix Zoo, and it's similar for different species, but most of them we haven't been working with for 30 years.
No, and 30,000 of them.
Yes.
Well, congratulations again, Dr. Tara Harris, Phoenix Zoo, and these are the Chiricahua leopard frogs. I'm sure they thank you too.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Scott Wolfel. To the many thousands of you who contacted your congressperson on our behalf, I am sincerely thankful. Despite your appeals, the House voted to strip federal funding from public media. We now turn to the U.S. Senate, which represents the next opportunity to stop this clawback of funding. We're asking you to reach out to Senators Kelly and Gallego to urge them to remove the proposal to cut public media funding from the rescissions package. Visit azpbs.org/mypublicmedia to learn how you can make your voice heard.
There's something about being human that makes us want to leave our mark. Here in Arizona, there are petroglyph sites all over the state. Today, we'll be visiting 2 sites right near the valley. We'll visit a trail where there are hundreds of carvings to marvel at, and we'll explore another trail where it can only be found through a dedicated search and a little bit of luck.
Thursday night at 7:30 on Arizona PBS.
I'm Amna Nawaz. Tonight on the NewsHour, a look at the daily life of people in Gaza, desperately trying to find food in the midst of war. That's coming up at 6 on Arizona PBS.
The Musical Instrument Museum is celebrating 15 years. MIM is renowned as one of the preeminent museums in the country. It's also an acclaimed stop for performing artists. Joining us now is Craig Cooley. He's MIM's Executive Director. Welcome to Arizona Horizon and congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
How would you describe MIM?
MIM is a really unique place. There's nothing like it in the world. We represent music from all over the world. It is one of those places that you come there, it is for kids, it's for adults, it's for families, so it's really for everyone.
What was the museum's original goal 15 years ago, and did that mission change over the years?
The mission did not change. We wanted to be a fast, fun, friendly place for everyone where they can enjoy things, they can have a really good time, and it's a spot really for everyone.
Yeah, and it's also a spot for touring musicians.
It is.
They like to play there.
Yep.
What kind of response do you get when they show up and see everything around?
So they're blown away. Like,
Yeah.
you literally can't explain who we are until they come in, and they're like, really? This is here? And I said, yes, this is one of those places that you have to come in and see.
Yeah. How many instruments are at MIM?
So we have over 12,000 instruments and objects.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
So how do you decide which ones you're going to exhibit?
So we have our curators, right, for each area. They go through the list. We're constantly updating this. Every day we're making changes to our exhibits. And so we try to choose the best ones. We see what everyone's liking, and then we continue to upgrade.
Is it? You said you would try to see what everyone's liking. Is that? I mean, how do you? Again, you got all these little things lined up here.
Yep.
How do you decide you're in, you're out?
So we have a system called these guide ports, right? And it's a headset. And we can see how people are walking through our museum, and we can know if they're staying at a certain exhibit for longer or less time. And so we know what's really working and what's not working.
Yeah. How best to present a musical instrument?
That's a great question, right? And that's where I have my experts on the team that come in and actually tell me how to do that, right?
What are they telling you?
Right? They're telling me, well, the way they display it, the one thing that we do differently than most places, we try not to have everything behind a vitrine, a glass case, right? We want it to be right there in front of people so they can see all angles of each of the instruments.
And you have audio-visual deals too. How do those work?
It's fantastic. So basically, when you walk up to an exhibit, right, you don't have to touch anything. You get to listen to the music automatically, which is one of a kind, right, for the size of museum that we have. And then when you walk away from the exhibit, you can go up to another one and listen to it right away.
Yeah. Is that your advice for someone first time at MIM? What would be would you focus on one area? Would you focus on the AV aspect, or just what would you do?
That is a great question. My thing for each person when they first come is, don't have a plan. Come in there and just really enjoy it.
So let everything kind of flow over you, huh?
Just experience it, right? Now, make sure you have enough time, because everyone that comes there, they think maybe an hour or 2 hours. It could be a whole day thing.
Well, that's why I asked about focusing, because it would seem to me make better sense if you're going to go do guitars all day long, or wind instruments. Is that kind of an idea there?
So if someone comes and tells me they have 1 hour to spend, and we go, what do you want to see? Right?
Yeah. Talk about events held at MIM.
Yes.
And not just the concerts. You can talk about the concerts too.
Yep.
What else is held there?
So this summer, we're actually piloting and doing new programs, 3 new programs, plus our signature events. So of these programs, we're doing choir workshops, which is where we're bringing in groups of people to sing a song, learn about that song, and then actually go tour and learn about the background of that song.
Holy
right?
smokes.
Yep, so that's one of them.
Yes.
The second one, we're doing these spotlight series, right? Where they're looking into, or we're showcasing each of the musicians, the experts, the workshops. So it's a single day event for those spotlight series. And the third one is these MIM Talks. Now this is really neat. This is led by our curator of education. And he does a deep dive into a certain topic, right? Does a hands-on activity and then does a tour. But these topics can be anything from music and healing to cats and music.
Cats and music?
Cats and music. So I had no idea, what is that, right? And I was talking with him and he said, well, this is where we talk about the cultural traditions of where lions, tigers, and cats play an important role to the music.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I'm interested in that myself.
See, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it's, and you know what it is? It's wonderful in the summer because you can get out of the heat and enjoy.
We all are looking at that.
It's an amazing place to be,
Yep.
especially in the. Where can people learn more about MIM?
So they can go right to our website. That is one of the best places to go. You can learn everything from our concerts to our events to anything that we're having coming up.
Yeah, and again, a lot of cultural exhibits there as well, because culture and music plays a big part of what you guys do. Congratulations again on 15 years out there.
Thank you.
It must seem like it's gone by pretty quickly. It seems like it for the rest of us, but how about you?
Well, I started there before we even opened, and it still feels like day one here, and we're moving super fast. I love it. It's a wonderful place to be.
All right, good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And that is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.